Hello, friends. So, I am a painter, but recently I decided to start dabbling a little in sculpting. So, instead of doing something simple, I went through some old sketchbooks of mine and found this little painting. I've always loved this little piece of artwork. It was a doodle I did while I was at work, and I decided that this is going to be my first sculpture. So, let's try. So the first thing I did was make this little clay ring. I didn't have any armature wire and I needed something to build on, so I figured this would work. Then we made a whole bunch of petals and I was experimenting with the size and spacing. At this point, I started layering on with Bacon Bond, and then I made this ring. Oh my gosh, Bacon Bond made this possible. I was so glad I discovered it. There's my ring. It worked like a charm. I was so pleased with it at this point. Then we moved on to making the window. So this is just layers of UV resin with little dipping dots of acrylic paint in there to kind of add some depth. And I just did, I don't know how many layers, but we used, even the UV resin made this go by really, really quick. And look at the effect, eh? I was pretty pleased with this. And I was like, wow, that happened well on the first try. Then I wanted to color it. So I had this really cheap dye. So it's just red and black. I kind of took turns swooshing it around on it. And it actually worked out way better than expected. I ended up adding more later so you lose a lot of the light that comes through, but this is the kind of effect. Very happy with it. I also added more layers of resin and sparkles, which you can see there, but now we gotta work on the drips. So first I tried to sculpt it out of clay and then paint it, didn't like it. So I used what I had made to make a silicone mold, and then I plopped some more UV resin in. So this is how it started. Very, very rough. At first I just did dye on the back, but it didn't give me the effect I wanted, so I ended up covering the front in dye and then gooping more of it on top. Do you see how this effect? Oh my gosh, it looks cool. So I ended up putting ink on the top of it, and then I poured ink over the front of the petals and let it cure as it dripped, and it gave me that effect. I was so happy with that. This is just the last little bit of painting I did. I just forgot to record when I started painting, but oh well, it's just layers of yellow and orange, kind of back and forth. Painting actual three-dimensional objects is very hard. And here is the final look. Oh my goodness, this was hard and fun. Trying to figure out how to like sculpt something in 3 dimensions is very difficult, but it was very cool bringing one of my paintings to life, and now I have a little something extra to hang on my wall. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.